few minutes. So I just want to do a little tribute for Deb. Might be a little bumpy, but that's okay. And we're going to start out with this. So this is love. So this is love. So this is what makes life divine. I'm all aglow, and now I know the key to all heaven is mine. My heart is wings, and I can fly. I'll touch every star in the sky. This is the miracle that we were dreaming of. It's Billy Rose. It's Billy Rose. So this is love. So this is our first grandbaby. This is Billy Rose. And this young man right here, I've been blessed to have him come into my family as my grandson. This is Cash. Can you say hi, Cash?
Hi, Cash.
My son Kyle just got married back at the end of April to his beautiful wife Mandy. And that's their little guy. And we're just, it's what it's all about, that next generation for us. And I don't know if many of you know the story. Before I start, I just want to talk a little more. But 2017, I took Debbie to Mexico to die. Sounds harsh, but she was really sick. Things weren't good. We lost everything that we owned trying to do it the American way. And they took our house, they took our cars, they took everything that I did. We had nothing left. We went down to Mexico to sleep and stay in a little place on the beach. And our love affair was going to end there. And through the grace of God and probably 10 or 12 people bumping into me and my kids giving me a hard time, we were able to find a stem cell doctor that I wanted nothing to do with. But he gave my wife 6.5 more years. She was able to see Danielle get married to Tyree. This is their house here, so we can clap for them for hosting it. And Debbie was able to see our grandbaby Billy Rose be born. She was able to see 3 months ago my son Kyle and Mandy get married. And it was amazing. Oh, she was happy. Some dude named Jason Aldean was there, and Debbie. Our family's blessed. My beautiful daughter-in-law is blessed to be friends with the Aldeans, and they were very gracious, and it was an amazing thing. But, I wrote down a bunch of notes, guys. I'm just going to go through some things, and she was quite a woman, and I've been telling people I'm not doing good, but I'll be okay. I've got some physical issues that bit me the day after she passed, and it's just nothing more than a cross check to the face or losing a tooth. All my hockey guys understand that's just part of the game. And but I get a lot of people that ask me to tell them about our incredible love story, and I'm going to go through some things, and I promise to keep it brief because there's so much to it. I was a little 13-year-old punk that moved back to Canada from New York, where I played hockey, and got a job working on the tobacco farm. And my dad, I don't know if many of you know this, is a pastor. I have a family full of pastors, and really this whole story is, I give God the glory for all of it, because couldn't have done it without him. And anyway, so I moved back to Canada, and September 10th, 1978 was the first time I saw Deb, 2 weeks after I turned 14. So you can imagine, not a lot of electricity going to the attic. Not that there, maybe you probably argue with me that is there yet. So, but I just got done working tobacco harvest, and she came into the church, and my dad, of course, told me all about the girls in the church, and her sister Tammy was basically my age. Debbie was almost 2 years older than I was. But, you know, she walked in, and the first time I saw her, I was like, wow. And what I noticed the most about Debbie, what I fell in love with was her game face. She had a game face on every day. Didn't matter. She just had it on. And, you know, it just, after she passed, she laid down her sword. You know, the warrior went to heaven to be with Jesus, and she just, the peaceful, her face was just so peaceful. I'll never forget that, because I never saw it her whole life. She just, there wasn't much peaceful about my Deb. You know, she's Portuguese, her blood boiled, I don't know, 98.6 or something. So she got pissed off at an awful lot of things, but she just fought, and she smiled, and you know, like I said, a lot of people ask me about, like, how do you know, 45 years, you guys, we were together. 45 years. Okay? And like, how, you know? And for those of you that know me, my life is usually about three things. First and foremost, hockey, being a Canadian. And I don't know if you guys know this, but hockey players are bilingual. Did everybody know that? We speak English and profanity. That's not easy when you're a preacher's kid. And, but you know, one of the things at a very young age when I started playing, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5, I just loved being around the team, and I always felt that that they had my back. My teammates always have my back. I'm blessed today to have a bunch of my hockey friends here that, you know, it's just a hockey thing. We just have each other's back. I had theirs, they had mine. We just, no matter what it was as a team, every year we could go through some things, and no matter what adversity we faced, we always had each other's back. And, you know, fast forward a few years to, I got hurt playing hockey when I was, I don't know, 14, and got into the fight game in the martial art world. I don't know if you guys knew this, but I was in the martial art game for 10 years. One of the things that contributed to my 20 plus surgeries. But one of the things I liked about the martial arts guys that I trained was the same type of thing. You know, we trained, had each other's back. You know, no matter how many times you got kicked in the mommy daddy button, you're always there doing stuff and just trying to train, and just that group of people, you know. And then fast forward into the, you know, to the ski world. You know, I was blessed to have moved to Tahoe, met an incredible amount of people that, as John Gleave will attest, I wasn't very good at skiing, but he helped me. He helped me get hired somehow, you know. And thank the Lord, many of you ski guys that are here, I owe you an awful lot to helping me fall in love with the sports, and just knowing that passionate people that love stuff always had my back and were very interested in me getting better, you know. So how does that come together with the love story that I have with Debbie? Uh-oh, what did I do, Danielle? How do I? Oh, I got it here. Well, I want to, before I keep going, I want to read something to you. This to me is the greatest explanation of love that I've ever heard. And I'll finish what I was talking about. It says here, love is not a feeling, it's a decision. It's not something you experience. It's something you choose to do. It's not an emotion. It's not an ability. It's not something that happens to you. It's something you nurture, orchestrate, and develop. Okay? Love is a deliberate and determined act of the will. There is nothing idle or passive about it. It doesn't wane or fail when life gets tough. It only grows stronger and more resolved. It's the bond that keeps your relationship from drifting when every storm in the ocean is raging to tear you apart. It's the one thing you can depend on when all of life seems to be bent on getting you down. Love, true love, the way God intended it to be. The way God intended it to be defined is the most sacred and dominant force in the universe. My Debbie and I had that love. But secondly, we had something called commitment. And I am not here to preach. I'm just sharing my story with you guys. So please don't think I am. Just sharing my story. She was so committed to me. We stood before God and we vowed I was 20, afro, hello, elevator, and we committed to ourselves, okay? She got sick, and, it just really has been about, to me, commitment. And, you can say you love something, but, you have to really just commit to it. And I'm very blessed that, my goodness, she loved me. It's funny, because I know that's been the hardest part for me to wonder, because I'm looking back at pictures of when I'm like 14, 15, 16. I'm like, hello. She was the knockout girl, and she knew right away. She said, "Oh, Mark, I knew you were the one when I saw you." And I'm like, I couldn't even spell the word one when I saw you. I'm Canadian, draw a picture. So, I I just think of the things that I've been blessed with, guys, hockey and martial arts and skiing, and just you guys are here, and just the commitment that, to see you here, the commitment that you have for Debbie and I. It's just amazing. So I know sometimes we do raise a toast and stuff like that, but I'm going to ask if we can do something just a tad different for now. And by all means, later, if you want to toast Deb with what you're having and drinking, it's okay. But my Debbie was about two things: kisses and smiles. So I'm going to try awful hard to sing one more song. And at the end of it, I would hope that you would join me in toasting Debbie by, let's call it a kiss with a chase to heaven smile. And I would hope that we would do that, guys. And like I say, I'm so thankful that you're here. I love you guys. Seriously.
Love you too.
It's been a long time since we've seen you, and just overwhelmed with the support and just coming out. And I'm not good, but I'll be okay. I just want you guys to know that. So hang in there with me, because I'm gonna try my best. Maybe I need Billy. Look at everybody. Say hi, Kyle. All right, no, all right, that's okay. Papa will give you the credit card there. And I don't know if you guys, this is my Danielle and Kyle and my Samantha's. I'm not going to bring them up in front of everybody, but I guess I did. But, I know a lot of you guys, I was honored and privileged to have you be with these guys when they were little, around the ice rink, around the ski hill. It was just soccer, basketball, everything, but just when they were little, when we first came from Toronto to Tahoe, it was amazing. So so when I'm done, we'll blow Deb a kiss chase it with a smile to heaven, guys. Here we go. Smile though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by if you smile through your tears and sorrow. Smile, maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you. Got to remember the words too, huh? Yeah, Papa. On your face of gladness, put on your face of gladness, hide every trace of sadness. Although a tear may be ever so near, that's the time you must keep on smiling, trying, smile. What's the use of crying? You'll see that life is still worthwhile when you just smile. I love you, Deborah Lynn Height. Thank you, guys. Now eat some food. Thank you.
But I had that now. Really? How could it not? As soon as you started thinking, I was like, oh, this is it. I was making it.